Hustle strategy.
Bootstrap growth on margin scales.
Execution.
If they put you out of business, you'll have a lot more leverage.
Vertical stakeholder infrastructure.
Stocks.
Bonds.
Shorts.
Shorts.
Monetize anything that breathes.
I have become so physically hot that I will boil the ocean.
Collateral.
Welcome back to Collateral. I'm Wyatt Matthews.
And I'm Seth Teeth.
And on today's episode, wow, that was a very manly, I think you lowered your voice for that, Seth. Am I right?
No, I was, no, this is how I usually sound.
I don't know, it sounds like you're trying to make your voice a little deeper on purpose.
Make my voice a little deeper.
Yeah, like this.
I don't even know how to do that.
Well,
is
I mean,
this for real?
Yeah, this is what I sound like, and then you kind of sound like this, like I'm trying to, like, you see how it's like, it sounds very forced.
Well, maybe the decibel levels are all out of whack or something. I don't know. This is how I usually talk.
Okay, well, I'll believe you if you can talk like that for the rest of your life. I'd believe that, but
I mean, talking how I usually talk for the rest of my life is going to be pretty easy. If you got money bet on this, you're going to lose that money.
Yeah, I do actually have a lot of money to bet on this.
How much?
Thousands.
More.
Well, no, you don't get to decide how much I bet.
No, you should bet more. That's not enough.
I should
thousands.
I should bet more because I'm right.
No, you should bet more because then you lose, and then you lose a lot of money.
All right. Well, today I wanted to kind of talk about just sort of.
We have kind of like a lot of different things we're going to talk about in this episode.
So there it is. That's the Seth I know.
What are you talking about?
That's what you sound like.
This is what I haven't changed anything.
I'm gonna need a couple thousand.
Are you sure your like headphones are okay? Because this is just how I talk.
Anyway,
It's weird.
I kind of wanted to tell you something that happened to me a few
Let's hear
months
it.
ago. So, I was doing my laundry, and the laundry, the dryer broke down as dryers do.
That's it's the worst
It is.
when that happens.
So what did I do? I had to take my clothes and bring them all the way to the laundromat. You know?
Oh, don't even get me started on laundromats. They're just an easy way to take your money.
Exactly.
It's
Anyway, I put in, quarters, which is chump change, and I dried my clothes, but I don't have time to wait around at the laundromat all day. I mean,
no.
It's going to take an hour just to get dried.
No one has time for that.
So I just left. I think I put them in at around 5, and I just left. And I said I'll come back at 5:45, 6.
It's a reasonable time frame.
And then I just, you get busy with the day, phone calls, monitoring the markets, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of business jargon.
Anyway, I completely forgot about the clothes in the dryer, and it's 10:30 at this point, and the place
you really forgot.
The place is closed. Okay.
They locked your clothes inside.
And so I couldn't go, so I just said, well, I'll just go in the morning bright and early when they open, right?
What time do they open?
6.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're telling me a worker wakes up at 5 a.m. to go to work at the laundromat at 6 a.m.
Well, I'm actually telling you that that's what they're advertising, but that's not how they actually do it, because I woke up. I was the one who woke up at 5 a.m. to get there at 6. And I got there at 6, and they were not open.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So they're false advertising now.
Pretty much.
You could sue for that.
I know. I mean, first of all, a laundromat, pretty, bad business idea from the get-go.
Yeah.
Second of all, you can't even do
Everyone's
it right.
got a laundry machine and a dryer.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, well, this is just, my day just keeps getting worse and worse, and this is the first thing I did that day.
Yeah, starting the day off on a bad note.
So
it's never good.
I go back home and I go back to bed. I'll just come back later,
Good call. keep pushing this laundry away.
And I have this dream,
Hmm.
and it was a strange dream. It was one of those dreams where you have a dream within the dream.
You wake up twice.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was happening.
Sure.
So the dream was I was back in my old elementary school, and I'm
Mm.
walking home, but it's late at night. It's 3 in the morning,
Mm.
and I hear
3 hours before the laundromat supposedly opens.
supposedly, yeah. Anyway, I'm walking, and then I hear this music blasting from right outside of the elementary school, and I go up, and it's a hot dog stand.
A hot dog stand in front of an elementary school?
I know.
What are they selling these hot dogs to children?
Who knows? I mean, but the thing
They
about
typically
this
have
hot
like
dog
ice cream
stand,
trucks and stuff,
yeah,
not hot dog stands. What if the
don't
kid's
have
vegetarian?
money. Yeah,
They don't have money.
they can't even do their own laundry. Anyway, this hot dog stand is not a normal hot dog stand. It's the THC hot dog stand.
Oh, so they're definitely not selling this to children then.
Well, no, because it was at 3 in the morning. That's the only time they operate. Anyway,
Oh, ooh, interesting.
I woke up from this dream and I said, "This is a great idea. I should make this real." Um,
Mm.
and so I go to my computer and then I realize, wait a sec, it's 1 in the morning. I slept the entire day away and I still didn't get my laundry from the laundromat. And someone probably stole it at this point. I mean, it's been in there for 48
Yeah, it's been
hours.
that's yeah, your clothes are definitely dry.
So, long story short, I start having a full-on panic attack. 'Cause
Reasonable.
I've got some good pieces in there, you know?
Yeah, you it was your Louis Vuitton suit,
My Louis Vuitton suit.
your Gucci purse,
Mm-hmm.
and
My
your
earrings. I had to dry my
your ear.
earrings.
Yeah,
My rings and jewelry and things.
yeah, because a lot of your rings, you're well known around the area for having fabric jewelry.
Yeah,
You just
leather.
wear jewelry, yeah, just fabric, leather, cotton, all sorts of different fabrics
And that
and
gets soaked easily.
and textiles. Yeah, yeah. I mean, with what you do, yeah, it has to get soaked.
Mm-hmm. And so
Anyway, continue.
I'm having a panic attack, and I'm like, oh my god, I mean, the laundry's definitely gone. And then I wake up because I was the dream within the dream, and so then I was actually awake.
You actually woke up.
So then
So wait.
I actually woke up, and
So the laundromat.
it was a normal time. It was like 8 in the morning, and I went and got my clothes.
Oh, okay.
The moral of this
So-
story is that
So the laundromat was real.
yes,
Okay.
yes. The moral of the
Okay.
story is that the THC hot dog stand is one of the best ideas that has ever happened.
I mean, they say that the best ideas come from dreams because what are you subconsciously thinking about? New
You're
things
thinking
and
about
great
what you
ideas.
want. You think about
Yeah.
what you wish was real already.
I think a THC hot dog stand might be the best idea I've ever heard. I'm surprised there's not one yet.
I haven't even
So,
looked
no.
this up. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
the patent.
Now tell me, are the hot dogs in this THC hot dog stand, is the THC infused in the hot dog or in the bun?
It's in the hot dog. So
Okay.
if you just went
So
to
now-
a THC hot dog stand and got a bun, you would just be like eating a regular bun.
Okay, so now hypothetically, in order to infuse THC into this hot dog, would it start at the farms where the meat's from? Like, do they have a bunch of just pigs and cows and stuff just getting high in order to infuse their meat with THC?
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like a double jointed farm where we have.
That's a nice play on words.
Thank you. We have the whatever meat you want in a hot dog. We have that animal on one side of the farm.
Mm.
The other side of the farm, we're just growing so much cannabis, marijuana stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All the stuff that gets you high.
basically every 6 months we flip it, and we just
Okay.
we let the pigs and animals go to that side of the farm and just graze that.
Okay. I mean,
And
someone's got to take care of it somehow.
yeah, they get one day basically where they can just go to town on that.
Hmm.
And that's the day we kill them. So they start eating all of these plants, and then a couple hours after that, once the whole place is basically eaten to the ground and these they can't even like walk or move, they are so gone. Then we walk up to them individually and we just bang, bang.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to infuse meat with any sort of, you know,
Hmm.
drug or anything. You just got to make the animals eat it, and then they just get so high that they can't move, and then you just kill them.
Pretty much.
Harvest the meat, and then you harvest the internal organs, and then there you go. You got some meat infused with psychedelics,
Hmm.
opiates,
Hmm.
um,
THC
and
though
THC.
is basically.
Yeah,
I mean, we go in again. We kind of like, the plant is a little different than the whatever. You know how
yeah,
these things work.
yeah.
So we
I
we
get it.
got we kind of go in again for a second run
Hmm.
where we we kind of take what's left that the animals didn't get and infuse that directly into the meat afterwards. So
Makes sense.
it's almost like a vegan thing because
Yeah.
there's plants in the hot dog.
And from what I've heard, the best way to infuse like meat that's not alive, like the best way to infuse like just, like a chicken wing is you smoke it and then you just blow real hard onto the meat and
Hmm.
then and it sucks it up and just internalizes it and it becomes infused with any sort of,
It's kind of like the
you know,
second hand high, basically.
yeah. They market it as secondhand THC infused like meat.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
it's a lot cheaper
hmm
than the high end,
the high end.
yeah, the high end.
Yeah.
It's a lot. That's, that kind of stuff is very expensive.
Oh my God, it is. Um,
I mean, the way I'm picturing it, this is like a gourmet food truck or
it's
a hot dog stand.
you,
It's like
it's
it's legitimate. It's
it's legit.
sleek.
I mean, it is sleek. It's sleek because we can't stay in one place for too long.
Yeah.
We're not exactly well, let's just say not everyone is happy, not in the government about this.
And
You
in
know how
this
the government
dream,
is.
ugh, don't even get me started. And in this dream, you choose to stop at an elementary school.
That was not me. That was like the original owner. I basically
Okay.
bought them out, and
Oh, okay.
now I'm selling
Okay.
it just on the streets of New York, and
That's
just
good.
like most people. I also got rid of the part that says THC. I just made that a lot smaller on the sign,
Okay.
so it's
Yeah.
basically just one of those New York hot dog stands.
So when people get these hot dogs thinking that it's a normal hot dog, they're like, "Oh my God, I feel so weird. Why do I feel like this?" They go back to you and they're like, "Hey, what'd you put in my hot dog?" You can just say, "Did you read the sign? It
Exactly.
clearly says THC infused hot dog."
Clearly, you knew what you were getting. Don't try to pull that one on me.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print.
And one of the great things about this is that most people don't come back and complain because by the time it's hitting them, it's been like an hour. They're halfway across the city at this point. They don't know
Yeah,
what
you don't
did it to them.
with a hot dog the nice thing about a hot dog is that you can eat it anywhere you go.
Hmm.
That's a food to take on the road. You don't just stay in one place and eat a hot dog.
Yeah, and hot dogs sell big in New York, so pretty much
Mm.
everyone that's walking by is buying one of these things. And then about an
New York
hour
is
later, like so many, just like people are just, what is going on? They just don't understand.
the lights are brighter. New York is actually the hot dog capital of the world as of recent studies.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why we go there. Um,
A lot of people like hot dogs.
and you know what the other thing is that our people who kind of know or are regulars, they they eat these hot dogs, then they get really high, and then they get the munchies, and then they come back for more hot dogs.
Mm,
It's kind of like a
okay.
positive feedback loop.
Yeah, and that's a genius marketing strategy. You know, you a hot dog so good that it won't satiate your hunger.
No,
You'll keep coming back for more.
exactly. A hot dog's so
Uh,
good that it makes you hungry.
wow. They need to make more food that just makes you hungrier.
Yeah, it's kind of genius. It's basically the infinite money strategy in this market.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
if you want to get anywhere, you have to be doing infinite money strategies.
It's like it's just simple business. You need to find a way to make more money.
Infinite.
Infinite money, which I mean, I can't even fathom that. That's a lot of money.
But once you figure it out,
You're set for life.
you're set forever. Your kids are set. Your kids are set.
Your grandchildren.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of came up with an infinite money strategy of your own recently, Seth, didn't you?
Yeah, well, something like that. It's not exactly an infinite money trick. It's it's infinite money adjacent, I'd
Okay.
say. So
Right.
basically, what I thought about was I go to a gas station and I just fill up a canister of gas, 5 to 10 canisters of gas, and I load them into my U-Haul that I take around the country. And I just go around just really rural landscapes, places where there's no gas station for miles, and I sell it on the side of the road to people that are breaking down in their cars because they don't have gas.
Hmm.
And I just say, "Hey, you need some gas? I'm selling this canister for $500." And these people are desperate. They need the money because or they need the gas because they got places to be. They got to get back to the ranch, but there's no gas station in sight for hundreds of miles.
Hmm.
So they're desperate. They buy the gas because all farm people are rich.
Yeah. They all
So I
these
sell the
double
gas.
jointed farm people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money in the farm business, but I resell these canisters to these to
Yeah.
these farm folk, and they're like, "Hey, thanks a lot. Here's $500, and you know what? Since you're such a nice guy for helping me out, I'll throw another $200 in there."
That's like what? Like $650 worth of profit right there.
Yeah, because the gas was what, $50 to
Yeah.
fill up a canister. I'm making a lot of money, and I just do this every summer. This is a summer gig for me.
Oh,
When
sure.
I'm not working in the health industry, I just do this, and I make a ton of money.
Take the summer off
And
from the health industry, start selling
yeah,
gas.
you got to take advantage of the gas.
Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. I mean, I think that's great. I mean, if you know, I know a lot of people who have tried to do this, but none of them have
Hmm.
kind of had the it factor that Seth Teeth has. I mean, one of the things you didn't mention that you are doing is, I mean, yeah, it's great that you are able to find so many broken down vehicles, but
Hmm.
every once in a while, I mean, people's vehicles are actually working for once, you know.
I said once in the moon you'd find something like that.
Yeah. So so you've just been breaking down people's vehicles. You've just been going along the countryside at night breaking people's cars.
Yeah, what I basically do is, you know how you always find those big tractors on the road in rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
I basically go to these farms and I just cut the wires on these tractors. And so when they get on the road, because it still works for a little bit, so when they get on the road, they start to break down, and the tractor driver is like, "Oh my God, this is not good." He pulls over and he waits for hours in the smoldering sun, in the boiling sun. His skin is starting to burn. He has no shade. It's just he is miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And then here I come in all my glory in my U-Haul truck, and I just pull over, and he just says, "Hey," and I say, "Hey, you need some help there, pal?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, I got what you need." Fill up his tractor with gas, fix his wires because I know exactly what he needs because I was the one that did it.
Yeah, I was
And there
kind
I
of
go. I
wondering
sent him on his
about
merry
that.
way.
I mean, that I don't know if you remember. I kind of I was the tractor driver because I was coming from my double jointed farm. And
I mean, that's how we met.
that, yeah. Um, and I was like, it's kind of a genius move, to be honest. We kind of two people having in both like infinite money or infinite money adjacent strategies,
Yeah.
both doing like not even what we mainly do, both side hustling in the summers.
Yeah. And people who side hustle are just, it's a genius tactic because everyone needs money.
Yep.
You know, you can't always just have one main job. You got to have a few others too. You got to work for the money.
Absolutely.
And that's how we met. That's how we met the second time. We met previously, but that's a whole another story.
Hmm. That'll be
But
for
you just,
another episode.
yeah, that'll be collateral origins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once you start side hustling, that's when you really start to make friends. Once you start really taking advantage of money, that's when you start to make a lot of
I've
friends.
made most of my friends are just people I've taken advantage of on like from my side hustles.
Yeah, and that's typically like how it works. You
Yep.
start to meet people, and then there's sometimes too ignorant to realize that you're just ripping them off.
A lot of my friends are just people who couldn't read the THC part of the sign and
Yeah,
got absolutely wasted, and now I mean, we're just some of the jolliest friends in the city.
yeah, and they don't even realize that it's THC. They just keep coming back.
Just keep coming back because wow, the hot
They keep
dog's
coming
really
back for
good.
the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that must mean you make a mean hot dog
Oh
despite the THC.
yeah.
Now, how much are you selling these hot dogs for? Because they are a commodity. They're a hot item.
Well,
If you catch my drift.
We're selling them for a $1.75 for 10 milligrams.
Okay, so 10 milligrams infused in a hot dog.
We
How
are.
big of a hot dog is that?
I mean, it's a regular sized hot dog. We are basically undercutting not only every hot dog vendor in the city, but
Okay.
every dispensary by tenfold.
I mean, $1.75 for 10 milligrams of THC infused with a hot dog.
That's a good deal.
That's a steal. I mean, good thing you have your infinite money.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're taking money from you.
We're selling at a loss, but in the end, we have infinite money, and that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
You have a way of becoming the richest man in the world,
I do.
and yet you remain so humble.
The only thing that's stopping me is that we can only have one location at a time, otherwise we get busted.
Yeah. Take notes, folks. This
Yeah.
is how you stay humble.
Another thing about the side hustles is that you don't really have to pay taxes on them either. This isn't my job. This is just a side hustle. This is
a hobby.
yeah, I'm mowing lawns, like a kid
Yeah.
does in the summer. That kids don't pay taxes. I'm basically
No.
that. It's
Kids
basic-
actually avoid taxes.
They do.
The government actually there's a lot of kids nowadays that the IRS is actually not happy with because they're avoiding taxes, and it's kids who run lemonade stands on your street corner. The government's coming around shutting that down.
As
They're
they
like, hey,
should.
you guys aren't paying. Yeah, everyone's got to pay
Come on.
taxes. What do you think you can
this
avoid it?
is? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
We're the professionals. We deserve to avoid to pay our taxes. But
Yeah,
if you're
only
new to
adults
the
are
game,
the.
come on.
You gotta learn. Adults are the real people that can avoid taxes.
Yeah.
Like children, they gotta learn. Like,
I mean, these kids are
oh, the
selling.
girl on the street corner selling lemonade for $5. Oh, that's so cute.
She
You know
doesn't
what?
have a
I'll buy a
permit.
cup.
She doesn't have a
Yeah,
permit.
what?
It's not
You gotta
legal.
pay to be able to do that.
Come on.
It's just not right. They gotta. I mean, I've been shutting down a lot of lemonade
Yeah,
stands recently
me
just
too.
because this is not right.
It's not
You
right.
kids aren't paying tax. This is illegal.
Don't they know what
What you're doing is a
does
crime.
to the economy? I mean,
It flips us on its head.
one of my own side hustles, my other ones, is just tipping off police about illegal lemonade stands, and that
Yeah.
pays well.
Yeah, I mean, the police, they love to shut these things down. They actually thrive off of it.
They
That's
do.
where most of their money comes from, shutting down, children's lemonade
And
stands.
taking the profits.
Yeah. I mean, because once you shut it down, it's not a legitimate business. You can just take what you want.
Yeah, it's a free
It's-
for all once a lemonade
it's-
stand gets shut down.
free money, and then they pay you. They give you a portion of that because, without you, they couldn't have done that.
You got a cut.
Without you, they can't go home to feed their children and their wife and take them on vacation to the beach every summer,
Exactly.
So what you're doing is you're paying for this police officer to take his children on vacation.
Yeah. So, in summary, it's all about these. It's all about combining previously existing ideas, and shutting down the competition, which is mainly just children, and
You got to shut down any sort of illegal business that is run by children without permits.
Don't pay your taxes.
Don't pay your tax. I mean, if you can avoid it, just do that.
I haven't paid in years.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And if you have an idea that comes to you in a dream, just know that it's a good one.
And email us.
And you should. Yeah, actually, reach out to our email if you have any dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Just let us know.
We'll put it in the description.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know what you're dreaming about. We're curious.
Yeah.
We just want to know what our listeners are dreaming about.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, this has been Collateral. I am Wyatt Stamakios.
And I'm Seth Teeth. Keep dreaming, folks.